Hello, it's Saturday the 7th of February. You're tuned in to our late night newscast coming to you from Arirang's news centre in Seoul. Thanks for being with us. I'm Mark Broome. We begin with North Korea's latest addition to its military hardware. This time it's a powerful anti-ship rocket, which the regime's state media has been proudly showing off. No word on when or where the test firing of the missile took place, but it was deemed important enough for North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to personally watch over the proceedings. Our Song Ji-son reports.
North Korea has test-fired a new anti-ship cruise missile demonstrating the increased capability of its naval forces. Images published by Pyongyang state-run newspaper on Saturday also showed leader Kim Jong-un observing the missile being fired from a small naval vessel. North Korea describes it as a new type of cutting-edge anti-ship rocket developed by North Korean scientists that will bring a great change in the Navy's defense of territorial waters. Seoul's defense ministry said that it assumes the missile has a range of 130 kilometers. The design of the missile appears to be almost, if not completely identical to a Russian anti-ship missile that is capable of flying at high speed above the sea. On top of this, the ship from which the missile was launched is a high-speed warship the North has never revealed before.
North Korea is demonstrating the reinforced capabilities of its Navy. It appears the North wants to strengthen unity within its military as it has declared 2015 as the year for, quote, the completion of a great war for unification.
Pyongyang has boosted the number of its military drills in recent weeks in its usual routine of seeking to raise tensions ahead of the annual joint military drills between South Korea and United States. Song Ji-son, Arirang News.
South Korean Foreign Minister Yoon Byung-se and U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference on this Saturday, sharing their views on North Korea. It marked the first time Yoon and Kerry have sat down for face-to-face talks this year. The two discussed their stance on North Korea, in particular on why Pyongyang is refusing to talk with the US and how to bring the communist state back to the multilateral talks on the regime's denuclearization, known more commonly as the six-party talks. The two officials also vowed to continue strengthening their countries' bilateral ties and cooperate in the global fight against the Islamic State militant group. Minister Yoon is scheduled to hold a meeting with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, on Sunday. US President Barack Obama has reaffirmed Washington's commitment to end North Korea's nuclear program and make a world free of nuclear weapons. In his National Security Strategy report that was sent to Congress on Friday local time, Obama said the US was committed to seeing the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, especially considering the grave risks posed by Pyongyang's weapons development and proliferation. The president also reiterated the US pivot to Asia, and he renewed Washington's security commitment to South Korea. On a related note, the White House is expected to invite President Park Geun-hye to Washington later this year. An official at the Korean embassy in the US says both sides are already in talks about organizing a trip. The International Monetary Fund has cut Korea's economic growth forecast for this year to 3.7%. The agency had forecast in October last year that the Korean economy would grow 4% in 2015. The IMF did not elaborate on why it lowered the growth estimate. Despite the cut, the IMF's latest forecast for Korea is still 0.3 percentage points higher than the 3.4% the Bank of Korea forecast last month. The IMF also forecast Korea's economy would expand 3.9% in 2016. Korean researchers have developed a device that's likely to be extremely useful as wearable technology steadily becomes more and more a part of our everyday lives. It charges batteries using only your body heat, and it was chosen as one of the top IT Innovations of the Year by UNESCO. Paulie reports.
Smartphone batteries run out of power relatively quickly, and recharging them can be a problem, especially on the go. Now, a group of researchers at KAIST in Korea has developed a device that can recharge batteries just with body heat. The thin piece of thermoelectric film is made with fiberglass and when worn can generate electricity from the warmth of a person's body. It's thin and bendable and can easily be integrated into clothing or wearable devices like smart glasses or watches.
The wearable thermal element that we developed is flexible and it can easily generate energy using body heat.
The team received the 2015 NetExpo Award presented in partnership with UNESCO, marking the first time the honor went to Korean developers. The award is given to the most innovative technology of the year as chosen by global IT experts.
Low power consumption trend and the more power generation from our device will be merged in the future. So then means later we can cover more and more power for smart watch or some other wearable devices.
Thermal element technology is expected to have a major influence on daily life in the near future as a key solution to the problem of low battery life for wearable devices that frequently need to be charged. Paul Yi, Arirang News.
Islamic State militants say an American woman aid worker who they were holding hostage in Syria has been killed in a Jordanian airstrike. The U.S. government says it's investigating the allegations of the death of 26-year-old Kayla Mullah, but added that so far there's no evidence to corroborate the claim. And Islamic State posted pictures of a destroyed building on a Twitter feed on Friday, claiming Miss Mullah had been buried under the rubble. This latest development comes as Jordan has been stepping up its air raids on IS positions in Syria in retaliation for the extremist group's murder of a Jordanian pilot. A spokesperson for the Jordanian government has called the claims a publicity stunt. And Miss Mullah was kidnapped in August 2013 after finishing a day volunteering at a hospital in Aleppo. Now, could we be edging closer to a breakthrough in the Ukraine crisis? Well, it's probably fair to say the prospects still look bleak, but the leaders of Russia, France and Germany have agreed to draw up a kind of peace roadmap that they will put to Ukraine's president on Sunday. In discussions they described as constructive and substantive, Russian President Vladimir Putin, France's François Hollande and German Chancellor Angela Merkel talked for about 5 hours in Moscow on Friday. They will lay out their plans for eastern Ukraine in a four-way phone call with Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko on Sunday. Diplomatic efforts to find a peaceful resolution are continuing in Germany on Saturday, with officials saying US Secretary of State John Kerry and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will be holding discussions on this very sensitive issue on the sidelines of this year's Munich Security Conference. Now, if you're a fan of sci-fi movies, you'll likely spend your time contemplating the existence of wormholes. These are the theoretical passage that provides a shortcut through space-time as seen as in the movie Interstellar. They have never been proven to exist, but a new study has confirmed the possibility of their existence. Our Son Jung-in has more.
In the movie Interstellar, astronauts depart Earth and travel through a wormhole to another galaxy in search of somewhere else humanity could call home. A wormhole is a theoretical passage that creates a shortcut through space-time. It's like a worm reaching the other side of an apple faster by going through the middle instead of going around it. It was predicted by Einstein's general theory of relativity but has never been proven to exist. Now, scientists in Italy are saying it is possible, at least theoretically, that the Milky Way galaxy could contain a wormhole. The scientists believe that the tunnel could be the size of the galaxy and that it could let people navigate through space-time.
This is theoretical proof, thanks to the properties of dark matter, that the existence of wormholes is possible.
Wormholes make frequent appearances in sci-fi movies. It remains to be seen if this new study will prompt astronomers to search for tangible evidence of the mysterious cosmic tunnel. 손정인, Arirang News.
Now back here on Earth, and in particular Korea, let's take a look at the weather briefly. Most of the country is under clear skies tonight. It is a very cold night. We're going to see the mercury drop to a low of -12 degrees Celsius in Seoul, and it will feel even colder with the wind chill factor, so if you're heading out, please wrap up. It's not going to be that much warmer throughout Sunday either, with the daytime high only expected to limp to -5 degrees Celsius in the capital. That said, it will be bright and it will be sunny. Now, for those of you watching us overseas, here's a look at the weather conditions in your part of the world. Well, those are the stories we have for you at this hour. For more of the latest, don't forget to check out our website, arirang.co.kr/news, and our smartphone application as well. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.